Is getting to hear some of your own actions tonight? But here, let's go. Let's get started. I'm gonna do something a wee bit. Sorry, Mom was telling me to have to stand here, not to move. I'm gonna do something different. So I work with different business owners, and they always come to me saying that they need systems and strategies, and they have problems, and they always look outside of themselves for answers and solutions. So we do these things when I'm going to get asked you to do, and I need your help, and I need you to really put the effort in, please. Hopefully you get outside your comfort zone a wee bit, but they always point outside themselves rather than in. So what I try to do is figure out certain vulnerabilities that they have within themselves. So if you're a owner of a business and you're looking after 20, 50, 100 employees, and you're not building strong relationships with them, it's highly probable that, you could be the problem. So what we try to do, and if you could just all stand up, please, I'd really appreciate it. And what we're going to do, so the reason we do this is because when you have certain goals or things that you want to achieve, you're 20 times more likely to achieve that goal if you use emotion and expression. Okay? So what we do is we get a whole bunch of them, and we get them to visualize their goal, whatever that may be, whatever goals you want to achieve in your life, and we get them to use emotion. And what is emotion? Emotion is energy in motion. So we're looking to generate energy here. So after we do this, you're going to feel energy in the room. And I want you to really grasp that, because it's real. And that's coming from every single one of you, that energy. So what we want you to do, and I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and we're just going to say, yes. Alright, as loud as you can. I trust you to do it the first time. Okay, I really trust that you will do it the first time. Okay, so what I want you to do now is, in your mind, think of the goal you want to achieve. It can be anything. Maybe Annette wants to find a man tonight, I'm not sure. Put that in your mind. And put that in your mind, and I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. I want you to actually physically, emotionally express that emotion, okay? And there's a point to this, because most people right now in this environment would sort of cough and who's going to see me doing this? But nobody really cares. If we all look like dickheads, it's fine. You know? So 3, 2, 1, yeah! 3, 2, 1, yeah! 3, 2, 1, yeah! Yes! Come on, keep going, yes! 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 Thank you. So that's what we do. That's what we do. And I was on a retreat recently, and it was more than that. So these are complete strangers, and we had to hug them all. And I'm not really a touchy-feely guy, and so we had to hug strangers for 12 seconds, and you were just sitting there counting down to 12. But it worked really well, because you're hugging some man for 12 seconds. By the end of the retreat, you've hugged that man, that guy, for, probably longer than some of you men have, plus your wives. So you build a really, really strong relationship. But that's a really unique tool that we use. It does get you outside of your comfort zone. Sort of like public speaking in a way. It gets you. Your heart goes, you get nervous, you have the shakes. This is my good hand, alright? And there's a wee bit of shake there. But that's what we do, and when we talk about resilience, the theme of tonight, it is always sometimes pushing past that barrier, and look, sometimes you are going to fail, or you're not going to be good at something, but you keep going because you want it, okay? So, we all have something in common. We've all been through tough times or struggles, and I'm like Annette in a way. Like, I don't have a sad story, or at least I don't think I do. I've got 2 parents sitting up on that table, and they gave me an amazing childhood, and they supported me through everything. So I don't see my story as a sad one, but there's certain times that were challenging, absolutely, and I will speak about that. I suppose when looking back at my childhood, some of you might be familiar with the 11 plus, where you go from primary 7 to first year. But I wasn't allowed to do that test. The teacher told my parents, look, there's no point in Shane doing it. He's not going to go to grammar school. He's better just, doing the work that the primary sixes do, which is a year behind. And, he'll go to the college, which is known as the dumber school, So at the time, I didn't really know this. I wasn't aware of. I just thought, okay, look, I'm not the smart guy. I'm not the guy that's going to be good at school. And then that was just a consistent thing. So I didn't try at school. I was in all the lower class. I was the guy throwing things at people in the classroom. So I just, from that moment, I just thought, look, I'm not going to be the guy that learns and he's educated. But I was lucky that I inherited, a talent in football. I'm playing sports, so Gaelic football and soccer. So I was able to put all my energy and focus into that. And I played for internationally and played trials for top Premier League clubs. But it got to the age of 16, and Sunderland Football Club, you might be familiar with, told my parents that I was going to be a superstar. So they took them aside and led them over to England, and took a team over to play against my local team. And I was the worst player in the field when it happened. So the pressure, I knew they were coming to watch me play, and whatever happened, I just couldn't handle the pressure. And I was literally the worst player in the field, and that was the end of that. Football no more, wasn't getting trials, wasn't playing for the international team. And then all of a sudden, I have no education, I have no sport to look forward to. I was thrown into full-time work, and I joined. I had friends in the football team, and they took me on board to work in the building site. And that was just going from school to wanting to be a professional footballer till nothing really. And then I spent like 4 years of just, this is when times got really, really tough, and I didn't know why I was being, I just thought this was going to be my life, and that I suppose I just wasn't going to be that guy that had money. I wasn't going to be that guy that had anything to look forward to. I was just going to be that guy that maybe thought he was good at football, but internally he was going to be suffering forever. So at the age of 22, 11 years ago, and the reason I know it was 11 years ago was because I was on Facebook last week, and sometimes you get Facebook memories and they flash up, and I actually put a post up saying not feeling myself, could use a bit of support, and I actually thought that someone had wrote that post, because I didn't think I was that guy that would actually reach out and ask for help, especially then, but I did. And so I know it was 11 years ago, and I had alcohol in my system. I came back from a night out and had a fallout with my younger brother in the house, and just left the house. Should have ran down to the local park and contemplated suicide at the time. So obviously this is the first time I've said it publicly, and it just doesn't seem like I was that guy. It doesn't seem like that I would let myself get that low and not reach out to my supportive parents, my friends, or anyone for help. And for whatever reason I didn't do that. That was a really testing moment. And from then on it was just a series of that. I got into financial debt, really bad relationships. I wasn't a good person. I just really lacked love for myself, and I was just causing bother in the world, and I just wasn't a good guy. And for whatever reason, and I know some people have a story where something clicks or something changes or there's a flash. I don't know what it was with me. I wish there was something that I can, maybe I will in the future, but something changed. I just said enough was enough. And started investing in myself, started reading books. I read a book after book after book, all self-development, trying to learn about myself, why I'm feeling certain ways. I mean, why can, so I always was good at attracting people, but I could never like hold a relationship. I was never a guy that had many friends. So I wanted to learn as to why I was like this, or why they were like this. So I was blaming the world, whereas it was really everything was coming from within me. So after that, I spent like the next 7 to 8 years on just trying to develop myself. And I always had this dream of freedom. So freedom to me is, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. That's what I see freedom as. And I used to say, okay, freedom, I want to just be free, I want to, land and eat somewhere and just be happy. But that's everybody's dream, but it's not really. So I needed to figure out how I could do that. So I started my own business in the health and fitness industry. I'm sure you can tell we all wear really, really tight tops. But it's quite warm in here. So that's my excuse. But I started personal training, and I had this strong desire to be successful. And I quickly realised that I was never going to be able to make the financial income that I needed being a personal trainer. I had to PT people 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that was a good income, but you could not do that. It was severely damaging my health, my well-being, and I had no balance. So I spent, the first investment I made was £7,200 on an online coach, and he helped me develop the business online. And I took it online, and within 6 months I had like 120 clients. Alright, so I just really, basically, I did their room, stayed there for 6 months, and developed and made loads of mistakes, don't get me wrong. Helped people, didn't help people, but it was a real test and learning curve. And then from then I thought I could give more value. So I started to invest more money, and everything that I earned I put back into the business and my life. And the reason I say my life is because I spent a long time thinking I was working on myself, and I suppose I realised that I never needed to work on myself, because everybody here is perfect the way they are. It's your life that you can work on. So we always say, like we label ourselves in certain ways that we're not good enough, and I was like that. I needed to get better at this, and people thought I was really positive and motivational because I was working on myself all the time. But really, if you think of those words, I'm working on myself, it means that you're not good enough. So I was telling myself that consistently, constantly, that I wasn't good enough. So now I just work on my life, because I am all I will ever be right now at this moment in time, and all I have is now. Yesterday's gone, the future, it doesn't exist. So, as I say, we developed the business, and I sold my first online program for £1,200. It was a 3-month program, and you break that down. It sounds good from selling personal training at £30 to selling a program at £1,200. It sounds really good, but in the long run, it doesn't work out that way. So I needed more, and I just continued to invest more and more time, and then I recently hired a team of people just under 8 months ago, and I created a program called A Business in a Box. Okay, so I looked at my life 5-10 years ago, and I said, right, can I create something here for someone that will help them generate freedom for themselves in the way that I needed. I needed a way out, a way to make money, a way to help people, a way to build relationships, and a way to work for myself, because I just don't suit well working with people, or working under someone, sorry. And that Business in a Box program, we sold it 8 months ago for 100 grand. And going from that, and I know sometimes people see money as success. It's not. It's just that involvement and believing that I could do something, and believing that I was worth that, and believing that the value that this program gives people is worth that. And again, I believe asking is action sometimes. If I hadn't asked for that from our first customer, I'd have never got it. So I had that sort of internal belief that, okay, there's going to be loads of people that aren't going to be able to do this. But if I can find the right people and connect with them, build genuine and sincere relationships with them, then it will work, okay? And so that's our business, and we basically have an online business where we help people generate and grow online. So I just feel like from where I started to now, that it's just been a constant in regards to resilience. I think we can all agree that resilience can be seen in many forms, but the reality is everybody in this room is resilient because you're still here. Everybody in this room has been through tough times, challenging times, and life will continue to throw roller coasters at us. But when you're still here, when you're still able to breathe, you are resilient, and it's really just like you keep going. And that's all I tell myself. And I know Annette mentioned speaking to her younger self. I mean, I would just say, look, it's going to be okay. I wish someone had said to me, look, it's going to be okay. Just keep going. Okay, it's going to be okay. Just keep going. And that's advice that I tell myself every day. So I've got a short video to show you. It's about a young girl. I seen this video years ago, but I mean, I've actually a strong passion for young children and helping children. I help with a foundation called ATSUM, where they go over to Madagascar and they build schools. So we're at this moment in time we're trying to build 3,000 schools for the ATSUM Foundation. At this moment in time we built 56 schools for them. So I'm strongly passionate about kids. I've got nieces and nephews myself, and I mean, I can't express the love that I have for them. It's undescribable. And so a strong part, and this video just stood out for me in regards to resilience. Again, I hear Gary when he's talking about self-talk. I want you to listen to your self-talk for a young person. I mean, going through such a tough time. I want you to listen to your self-talk. It's amazing, and yeah.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you
I
back.
love you guys.
I love you.
Calm down. You're all right. We're not going nowhere.
Just relax. Bubby said you have bigger balls than him.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. You just went to sleep for a second and then you came back. It's just like taking a nap, okay?
Take a little nap.
Kennedy,
Just take a little nap.
you're all right, okay?
Okay, but they didn't know me.
Yeah, we know you. I know your name's Kennedy Jolie Devine, and I'm your dad Levi, your mom Rachel, and Nana Charlotte. Okay? We're right here.
Right
here, Nana Charlotte.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah?
Are you crying?
No, not now. I'm happy.
We're all happy.
I'm happy. That's feeling better.
Yeah.
I pray the Lord.
You did? I did too. A whole
I'll
bunch.
find. I got it. It's fine. I'll find it.
Now I'm laying down to sleep. I pray the Lord for my shoulders to heat.
You're fine.
I'm here.
You are here. And you're more beautiful than ever. What? You gotta stretch?
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
I'm here.
I can see you.
I'm
You're
here.
right here. You're
What
here.
are you going to take this home?
Take what you need.
Come on, thank you for taking me here.
No, you're welcome. I'll do anything to keep you healthy.
Yes, you will.
Yes,
because
I-
you're my mommy.
Yes, I am. And you're my baby.
Can I put this on?
What do you want?
No,
I love you.
I love you too. I love you much.
I love you much.
I love you bunches.
You're mine.
I love you bunches of votes.
I love you bunches of votes.
I love you too.
No,
Hey, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
no, I'm just thinking I'm trying to love you. That's what it's No, I'm just go home sick.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I feel better.
Good.
Oh,
I'm thinking you. I think me is the best place ever.
Home? That's my safe spot too. Your daddy's going, and you're coming with me.
I'm not gonna feel worse.
No, you're not going to feel home.
I'm gonna feel better.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna feel like you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel like a divine.
Come on.
To God.
There you go.
I won't feel like a divine. I won't feel strong.
That's how we roll.
Right? Absolutely right. I love you.